I keep seeing all these videos on TikTok, on YouTube, of people going to bead stores or going to Michael's craft store and buying these pre-made little charms and making little charm necklaces. But I am a metalsmith, so I can make my own charms, and I thought that that would be fun to take 6 of my favorite things and make my own charms and be a TikTok girly. I actually can't stand TikTok. It's turned into ads for like Wish. What happened to TikTok? It used to be so much fun. Now I don't even like to scroll on there. Like I said, I've got a list down here of 6 of my favorite things. I've got a whole lot of scrap metal. I am gonna make 6 charms of things that I really like. If you know me at all on the internet or in real life skis, you know number 1 is cats. So first charm is cat. And because I can't find any paper, I'm drawing this on a napkin. I just wanna make a simple little cat face with a heart stamped in the middle and some whiskers. Fire girl does whatever a fire girl does. I melted down 6 little nugs and I'm gonna roll them out. I don't think you need to see it. If you've watched my other videos, you've seen it. But here's my first pass. I'm trying to keep my hair away from it. Woohoo! All right, now to do that about 1,000,000 more times. See you back at the bench. Hi, it's 2 days later. I didn't do anything that first day. Holy shit, my glasses are dirty. People with bad eyes should just get free glasses and free glasses cleaner for the rest of their lives because I didn't ask for this, you know? Sure, I could have insurance. Do I? No. These smell so good. I'm back in my studio to make my charm necklace. I can only really film from the side, like right here, so hopefully that doesn't suck. I had to move everything in the studio over to the side wall because they're gonna put in a new dividing wall. If you've been watching my channel since I was doing Vlogmas, you know how excited I am about that. Hopefully it'll help heat and then cool this place in the summer. And let that be a lesson to you to just ask for things that you want because I didn't think that contacting them and saying, I'm cold, can you put a freaking wall in? Like that's a kind of a big request, right? Like, can you build a wall here? But they said, sure, we'll be there Monday. Here, do you wanna see it? This is where they're gonna be adding wallage. Because over here, up above this is my neighbor's studio. I've never seen this person, but hold on, let me see if I can show you what's in their studio. They make animatronic dinosaurs. Can you see them? I'm really excited about that, but we're here to work on our charm necklace. So that's what we're gonna do. If you've forgotten in the past 25 seconds, our first charm is a cat. And I've drawn all of my charms, but I'm covering them up so that it's a mystery. What a great quality production this is. I'm always knocking over butane canisters and I always think one day it will just explode and go right up my butt or something. I think a big part of the fun of metalsmithing is that you can make things as stupid as you want. You can make them as pristine and like beautiful and symmetrical as you want. Like I could get on my iPad, I could use a ruler and a grid and I could draw out this magnificent little cat. Do I want to do that? No, I just want to draw on a piece of sterling silver with a Sharpie and cut it out. So that's what I'm gonna do because that's art, right? I can do whatever I want. I rolled out a bunch of sheets. I'm just gonna take one of those sheets and draw a cat on it and cut it out. That one. I swear I don't huff everything, but you know, what do they expect us to do? All these chemicals that they give us for our everyday lives just smell good. You know what I mean? Like what do they expect? Small cat, first try, not changing anything about it. Do I like it? No, I am gonna change it. I'm gonna try to do this little kitty's head. Ugh. All right, screw it. That's the cat. I asked in one of my last videos if people would rather just see me metalsmithing with like a music montage or if they want to have me explain what I'm doing. And somebody the other day said explain. So let's just talk through what I'm doing. Let me bring you in close here. So I'm going to cut this little stupid shape out that I just drew. Use some lube on my saw on both sides of the blade. I've heard from some people that this is like nerve-wracking to watch, but I promise if I actually cut myself, I wouldn't put that in the video, so you don't have to worry. If it's in the video, there's no injuries involved. It does happen, but I won't put it in. There's really not much to say about this. I'm just following the line that I drew. Points like this are a little hard. You just have to keep your saw moving. Like, see how I'm moving, but I'm not going anywhere? You just want to keep it moving and then turn as you do that. And then you'll get around that corner. Ah, son of a bitch. I broke my saw blade. Gotta take out the old one. Find a nice cushy spot on your body. I guess my sternum really isn't a cushy spot, but that's what I like to use. I need to order some saw blades. I only have 2. I need to make 2 saw blades last on this entire project. Make sure the little teeth are facing down. Put the blade in the bottom and then push. Oh my God, push your whole bench over. Push and tighten the top one so that it's nice and tense. And then re-lube. Ta-da! Now I'm just gonna perfect his shape with a file. Just get his ears sharp and get him looking spiffy. I was able to squeeze my camera in over there, so we're kind of doing a front view thing. It's a little bit dark, I'm sorry. This is not working, my overhead light. I've got the kitty cat's head done and sanded. It's not perfectly symmetrical. Is any cat's head perfectly symmetrical? I honestly don't know. I don't know much about a cat's anatomy and physiology, but what I want to do is just stamp a heart in the middle, like for a little nose, and then stamp some whiskers, and that'll be it for this kitty cat. When you're stamping, you want to just do one strong blow, and then kind of tilt it to each side to make sure you're getting the entire stamp. And for his little whiskies, do I want to do like big whiskers, or do I want to just use like an I stamp, like the letter I, and do like tiny whiskers? You want to know something really random? If you're drawing a cat all in one motion, it kind of sounds like the Mario theme where they go dun 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 dun. What? Listen to this. Do you hear it? Can you hear it? Do 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 do. So my cat, I think I'm gonna do big whiskers. Go big or go home. I'd like to go home actually. So I'm just taking my chisel from Home Depot and I'm just stamping little whiskers. It does not have to be perfect. I ain't kidding, guys. This is cute. Now I'm just gonna solder a little jump ring onto the top of this kitty's head. I'm gonna use some medium flow solder. I'm gonna use sheet solder. I think it's the best solder that there ever was. Just kidding, I don't really know. I have used paste solder and wire solder like a little bit, but not much, not enough to really have that much of an opinion on it. I just think that sheet solder is easier because that's how I learned. So I just take a little chip of sheet solder and I use my solder pick to pick it up and like place it right where I want it. I should wear a respirator, but for the sake of this video, I'll sacrifice my future well-being and lung function as long as you promise to subscribe to my channel. I don't know if you can even hear me over the torch. You just heat the solder until it turns into a little ball, and then you can pick it up on your soldering pick, and then you heat your piece in circles, not all in one spot. You want to go in circles so that one spot doesn't get too hot and melt. And you just do that until you think it's time to go. You start to see the metal turn kind of a white color, and then you just drop, you just touch. And if you need to direct your solder to flow to a different spot, like I need mine to come down a little bit, your solder is going to flow towards heat. So if you turn the pendant and you heat on the other side, like towards where you want the solder to go, it'll flow in that direction. Charm number 1, Sir Kitty Caddington is done. I love him, he's cute, he's imperfect, he's perfect. He reminds me of my 4 cats, and that's what charm jewelry is all about. Reminding you of the things you're obsessed with. My next obsession is my boyfriend. His name is Zach. If you watch my videos, you know that he is a very sweet, considerate, kind boy, and I love him. And as much as I would like to make a charm sculpted from metal of his face. I'm not gonna do that. We're going a little bit more simplistic here. So, Zach in a heart. Just gonna stamp his name. So once again, I'm just gonna take a piece of metal that I rolled out and I'm gonna draw a heart with my trusty Sharpie marker and I'm gonna cut it out. Ah, don't break, don't break. Come on, come on. No saw blade casualties. Oakley dokley, we have a heart. These are my metal stamps. They are capitalized letter stamps, and I'm just gonna find Z-A-C-H, Zach. I got these stamps on Jeff Bezos' website like probably 7 years ago, and they're great. They're a little rusty and crusty, but they stamp great still, and they were only like 20 bucks, I think. They're 1mm. I'll try to link them below if I remember to do that. I like to muffle the blow of the stamping by using this old washcloth, and I like to hold down my piece and do like a line with painter's tape so that I can stamp in a straight line. Sometimes I measure out exactly where I want to stamp. On this one, it's just my piece, so I'm letting it be free and artistic, and I'm lazy. I don't want to get my ruler out. But I'm gonna make the space between the A and the C right in the center of the heart where the little dip is so that it's like mostly centered. And how you get them in a straight line with the painter's tape is you just kind of drag it down until you feel the letter hit the tape, and then that's where you want to stamp for every single letter. A. Then I'm gonna go in with the C. And then the H. And then the Z at the beginning. Not centered at all. Don't stress, do your best. And would you just look at it? Just look at that. It's a charm. I soldered on a little loopy, a jump ring, if you will, if you must, if you'd like. You can call anything anything. I could start a class right now and train a whole new generation of metalsmiths to call that a little loopy and tell them, no, jump ring's actually not correct. Anyway, my number 3 favorite thing from my charm necklace is, don't look at the other ones. It's a popcorner. Duh. I wasn't even thinking about the fact that this was one of my charms when I came here with a bag of popcorners. That's just how much I love popcorners. I always have them on me. So this is perfect because now I have like a life-size reference so I can really get the texture down. I actually have no idea how I'm gonna do the texture in metal. Let's find the most pristine popcorner for our example. Not you. That one is perfect. Beautiful. Gorgeous. How am I gonna do this with metal? Let me think about it. Have a little brain food. I really don't know, but my thought is to maybe carve like a triangle in my little charcoal block, like where I melt down the rings to roll them through the rolling mill to make bands. Ow, what the fuck? Did I just cut myself? Ow. Okay, anyway, carve like a popcorner shape in this, fill it with metal, melt the metal into the shape of a popcorner, and then maybe while the metal is like soft and kind of molten, I can like push into it and make little dips in the surface, kind of like this. I don't know, that's what I'm gonna try first. Keep this right here for inspiration. I think I've done it. I'm gonna try to fill that with metal. The tutorial for everyone following along at home is fill your hole with all the metal you can fit in your hole. Be a popcorner! It's not the worst, but I'm gonna try to do better. I think I got it a decent popcorner texture. I'm gonna file this guy into a triangle. It's much smaller than my other charms, but who says your charms have to be the same size? Nobody's making rules here, are they? I'd like to speak to the president of TikTok. I'm gonna try to make it as triangular as I can. Popcorners really do have nice flat sides. Now, I don't know this for a fact, but I would be willing to bet that this might be the cutest popcorner charm. I think I did a pretty good job, honestly. Favorite thing, number 4, thing that I'm obsessed with and I wanna wear on my neck is YouTube. Listen, I know that this is a baby channel and that I only have like 800 some subscribers, but YouTube is something that I've thought about forever. Here's a picture of me on the school news when I was in high school. I was obsessed with that class. I loved being on the news. I loved being the camera person. I loved making commercials and interviewing the sports teams and everything. I was obsessed. I thought that I would go to college for that. I like wanted to work at a news station or something, and I had really bad grades because I was a really bad kid. I was a wild party teenager and I got horrible grades. So I didn't go to college, but that's what I wanted to go to college for. So I've always had this dream to like be really consistent on YouTube and make content and try really hard because I just love editing and stuff. So I'm trying to make that a reality now. Like they say in Step Brothers, when Will Ferrell's like, man, I wish we had these bunk beds when we were younger. And John C. Reilly's like, even better, we got them when we're 40. I always think like, man, I really wish I would have started YouTube when I was like 25 so that I could have done something with myself. But I try to remember that inspirational little nugget from Step Brothers. Even better, we got it when we're 40. Even better, you're doing YouTube when you're 34. So charm number 4 is a little YouTube play button. Same deal as the last two. I'm just gonna draw it out on one of these little sheets of metal that I rolled out. And then I'm gonna cut it out, solder it together, put a loopy loop on it. Ta-da, charm. I actually have a really cool idea for when I hit 1,000 subscribers. It kind of has to do with a play button. So subscribe if you're watching this and you're not subscribed. I need less than 200 subscribers to get there, and it would mean a lot to me. If you like fun art, if you like metalsmithing, if you like crocheting, if you like to have fun in your life, subscribe. And then you'll get to see me do something cool with a play button. That's all I'm gonna say. But speaking of cool play buttons, this one turned out pretty cool too. Obsession number 5. Fortune cookies. See the back of my phone for proof that I love fortune cookies. I mean, who doesn't? But I eat my fair share of Panda Express, and fortune cookies are just my favorite. If you know my jewelry, you know that I love like positive affirmations and positive messages, and I need that kind of shit to just get me through life. I thought a fortune cookie would be really fun to try to make out of metal. I watched some tutorials on how to make them like out of dough, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull it off with metal, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna need my thinnest piece of metal, which I think is this one, and I need to cut out a circle. And then that circle I'll fold into like a little taco shape, and then that taco shape you fold in half. I'm gonna anneal the crap out of this piece of metal to try to get it as soft as I can. Annealing softens the metal so that it's much more pliable. You just heat it until the metal turns red hot. See how orange it looks? This is how you anneal. You don't want to melt it. I'm starting to melt it, so I'm gonna stop and quench it in some water. Now, what is gonna be the best way to try to bend this thing? I'm thinking maybe on my ring bender tool. If I put a really small gauge round thing, technical terms, of course, always. Maybe I can get it to, oh yeah. It started to bend, but that's as small as maybe I can just do it with pliers. Or maybe I can just hammer it. I think I'm gonna be able to fold it once, but to be able to fold it twice, I doubt it. I could just make it a taco. At this point, it's basically a taco. Should I just stop and fill it with delicious ingredients, or should I keep trying? Can I fold it again? I'm gonna try it, fuck it. If I mess it up, then I'll just make a taco. It's actually working out perfectly. Oh no, where'd it go? Where are you, buddy? You have to become a fortune cookie. Your destiny has not been fulfilled. You still have so much to live for. Where did you go? I found it. It was all the way over there by the camera. It's flattened, it's the perfect shape. Now I just need to heat it up again and fold it again in half. This is gonna be difficult. In the videos I watched where you make a real fortune cookie, you do this while the fortune cookie is hot, and you take the fortune cookie like this, press it on like a glass so that it folds it in a perfect way. And I don't know how I'm gonna emulate that with metal. I could maybe heat it up, pick it up with tweezers while it's still hot and like press it onto something like my chisel. I don't know if that'll work. Let's try it. This might be dangerous. Don't try this at home, kids. How am I gonna do this? Okay, I'm not gonna quench it. I'm just gonna pick it up. This isn't gonna work. There's no, that's the dumbest idea I've ever had. Hold on. What about, no. Okay, let's just quench it and see if I can bend it. What about 2 pairs of pliers? I feel like 2 pairs of pliers is just gonna mar it up and like squish it in a way that I don't want to do. I feel like I'll break my pliers before oh, it's bending a little bit. Come on, little fortune cookie. This is the little fortune cookie that could. All right, we're gonna anneal this again. I'm gonna pick it up with the pliers while it's hot and try to bend it like I just was. Again, don't try this at home, kids. This is really stupid. If I dropped this on myself, it would burn the fuck out of me. I don't even know if that's doing anything. Ow! I touched the pliers to my hand. They were hot. I don't know if it even would look like a fortune cookie if I did get it. Ugh, fuck, I dropped it again. This is chaos. It was right next to my foot. All right, I think that's the ticket is anneal hammer, anneal hammer. That sounds like a really strong businessman's name, Anneal Hammer. Yes, I am Anneal Hammer, CEO of Paper Towels. This looks dumb. It doesn't look like a fortune cookie at all. Oh, I definitely didn't do this right. What did I do wrong? I guess I just was using metal. That's what I did wrong. Looks like something else. Definitely not a fortune cookie. Dang. Ugh, I made a taco. It's actually really cute. I put some cheese in there and some little lettuce and stuff poking out. I'll figure out fortune cookies next time. 6th charm, not final charm. I was gonna only make 6, but I thought 7 made more sense because then there would be a middle. So 6th charm is very poorly drawn saw frame. I don't know if I'm actually gonna make this. I wanna make something that signifies metalsmithing, of course, but that saw frame seems complicated. I'm thinking ball peen. I decided that I didn't want to talk anymore and I would let voiceover me handle this, so here I am. I took the fortune cookie that I completely messed up. That was so dumb. I don't know why I didn't Google it before, but whatever. I took the fortune cookie that I messed up and I melted it down into a little ingot, I think is what they call it in the biz. My biz, the biz that I'm in, I should know, but whatever. And then I did the same kind of thing I did with the popcorner. When the metal was hot, I tried to shape it, which actually worked out really well. I need to employ. I need to do this more. And then I just filed it until it roughly looked like the shape of a ball peen hammer. I used a little bit on my flex shaft also to kind of carve it, which worked pretty well. And I think that it actually turned out pretty cool. I think it looks pretty good. A hammer, kind of. I tried really hard to carve this little thing to look like it's Papa. I think it's cute. Ding, 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 ding. All right, y'all, last but certainly not least, charm number 7 is, of course, a candy cane. Just kidding. It's a crochet hook. As you may know, if you've watched some of my other vids, I love to crochet. So I'm gonna see if I can find a crochet hook here and try to model a charm after that. There's gotta be one in here. This whole thing is full of yarn. All right, that's a good example. This one should be easy if I have round wire. which I think I do. I do, perfect. So mine's just gonna be a little thing, obviously not true to size. Okay, so I think what I need to do, well, obviously, is bend the top, right? File this whole top piece into a skinny point. Try to bend that point over and then maybe try to give some like definition to that part. I'm going to anneal. That's the theme of today, I guess. And then I'm just gonna try to take some round pliers and just like bend that little tip over. Okay. It's looking a little like a claw right now. Maybe if I hold it up with my third hand, I can melt that little pointy claw part into kind of a ball. And maybe we can get a shape like that. Become a crochet hook. You know you want to. Okay, ooh, okay. Now I'm just gonna try to file this and bend it. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, this is actually working. I made a little ball on the end of this wire and I'm just filing underneath it to try to get this like notch. Use some power tools. You should let me bend you. That worked. Now I just need to add the grips. This is so tiny. I don't know if the camera's even gonna focus on it. Look at this thing. It's so freaking cute. I wonder if I can crochet with it. Okay, I definitely should have tried this before I put the jump ring on, but I think I could crochet with this. Oh, come on. Ooh! Go jump ring, go. I did one chain with it. Come on. Do it again. Oh my gosh. If the jump ring wasn't on, okay, there we go. Look at that. If the jump ring wasn't on, this would be easier. We got 3 chains. That's pretty sick. All 7 charms are done. I'm going to pickle them. It's like 9:30 p.m. I'm about to leave here, but I have to make sure everything's on this side of the room so they can put my wall up on Monday. I really had big aspirations for what I was gonna do with this place. And I still have so many ideas for like cool, fun, ridiculous, insane art projects that I want to do in here. I want to like make myself a couch. I want to make myself a huge rug, even though I've never made a rug before. I want to do more than just metalsmith on this channel because of course I love to metalsmith, it's my job, but I feel like I want a place to be able to express myself and other like creative ideas and creative journeys I want to go on, and I just haven't done it yet because, for one thing, I have to make money making jewelry. And for another thing, it's just been cold in here, but hopefully this new wall will help, and spring is coming, so subscribe if you want to see dumb art. Subscribe if you want to see me decorate this art studio. I'm gonna head to my apartment in a few minutes. I'm gonna finish these up at home, and you will see me at home right now. Hi. It's been 2 weeks since I filmed that. I've been having not the best time of my life, so I haven't been back to my studio and I haven't finished this necklace, but I decided I wanted to do that today. So I'm here in my kitchen at my plastic table that has water stains all over it. Don't worry about that. I already oxidized the charms, and I've got some pumice powder here, and I'm going to use a little water, a little pumice powder to take the oxidization off of the charms in the spots that I don't want it. My taco kind of fell apart. The lettuce came out. I guess I didn't solder it as well as I thought I did. So I've got some of this super glue that you like weld with a little light. So I'm gonna take the oxidization off of everything, and then I'm gonna try to weld my metal together with super glue. When you're using pumice powder, you just get your fingers a little bit wet, and then you dip your fingers into the pumice powder so they get coated, and then you take your piece and you just rub it, and the grittiness of the pumice powder just takes the oxidization off of like all the high points, but it leaves it in the low points, like inside stamped letters or in little crevices. It gives it a really cool matte appearance. It's called a satin finish. My charms have been sufficiently pumiced. They're looking great. I'm gonna try to super weld the taco now. Hopefully that works. Okay, I found this darning needle and I'm gonna use that to try to put a little bit of glue in here. It's a lot more liquidy than I expected it to be. Hopefully this will cure because it's like down inside of here. Hopefully the light can get to it. Ah, it's blinding me. What? Stop pretending to pee on me. Oh shit, that actually worked. Wow. That's like in there. Now I've just gotta add jump rings to all these charms and attach them to my chain. I'm using a stainless steel chain because that's all I have. And stainless steel chains are great because they match silver, but they're like so inexpensive and they're also very, very sturdy. So I like using stainless steel sometimes. You know, you've been having a rough time when you're reusing a Pedialyte container as your water receptacle. Hi, Mo. Mo loves the smell of mouths. It's his favorite. And this is my chonky girl. Her name is Meeswabe. Her name is actually Sweet Pea, but Sweet Pea is hard to say, kind of, so it became Swabby and then Meeswabe. I don't know, you know, the names evolve. But look at her chonky little cheetah belly. There is one more, his name's Jasper, but he's a rat, so he probably won't come over here. I'm just gonna find the middle of this chain. Okay, so the cat's gonna be in the middle. So all you do is you open up your jump ring with your pliers, and then you just plop it on your chain. I'm doing 10 apart for each one. So I'm just gonna feed my jump ring through my chain, and then put my charm on my jump ring, and then take the pliers and close the jump ring. And do that for each charm. Ta-da! Look how cute this is. This is my new favorite necklace. I think this is so cute. I'm sorry that the end of this video is poorly lit and not very well thought out, but sometimes it just is like that, you know? Thank you for watching me make this. Thank you, TikTok girlies, for bringing back charm jewelry. I love it. Subscribe if you want to see more silly crafts. I've got a whole lot of them in my brain. I just gotta get back to my studio, which hopefully will happen soon. So stay tuned. See you later. Bye.